Question 1. Which of the following best describes the primary purpose of a project charter? A. To detail the work breakdown structure for the project team. B. To formally authorize a project and appoint the project manager. C. To outline the specific schedule and budget for project execution. D. To document all identified risks and their mitigation strategies. Answer: B. To formally authorize a project and appoint the project manager. The project charter is a foundational document that officially authorizes the existence of a project, giving the project manager the authority to apply organizational resources to project activities. It is typically issued by the project initiator or sponsor, serving as the formal green light to begin the project. This document is crucial because it ensures everyone understands why the project exists and who is in charge from the very beginning. Think of it as the project's birth certificate, granting it official status and empowering its leader. Question 2. A temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result is known as A. Program. B. Portfolio. C. Operation. D. Project. Answer: D. Project. A project is defined as a temporary endeavor with a definite beginning and end, specifically designed to create a unique output, whether that's a new product, a particular service, or a distinct result. Unlike ongoing operations that are repetitive, projects have a clear objective to achieve something new or different within a specified timeframe. For example, building a new house or developing a new software application are projects because they are temporary and aim for a unique deliverable. Understanding this fundamental definition is key to distinguishing projects from other organizational activities. Question 3. Which project management process group involves monitoring progress, comparing it against the plan, and taking corrective action as needed? A. Initiating. B. Planning. C. Executing. D. Monitoring and controlling. Answer: D. Monitoring and controlling. The monitoring and controlling process group is where project performance is tracked, reviewed, and regulated against the project management plan. This includes tasks like monitoring risks, managing changes, and ensuring that project objectives are met by identifying any variances from the plan and implementing corrective or preventive actions. It's like a project's quality control department, constantly checking if things are on track and making adjustments when they aren't. Remember, this group is about keeping the project aligned with its goals throughout its lifecycle. Question 4. Who is primarily responsible for securing the resources and providing financial support for a project? A. Project manager. B. Project team. C. Sponsor. D. Stakeholders. Answer: C. Sponsor. The project sponsor is a key role, typically an executive or manager, who champions the project within the organization, provides necessary resources and funding, and helps overcome high-level obstacles. They act as the primary advocate for the project and ensure it aligns with the organization's strategic objectives. While the project manager leads the day-to-day work, the sponsor secures the critical backing and removes roadblocks. Think of the sponsor as the project's guardian angel, ensuring it has what it needs to succeed. Question 5. In which project management process group is the detailed work of creating the project deliverables performed? A. Initiating. B. Planning. C. Executing. D. Closing. Answer: C. Executing. The executing process group is where the actual work of the project is performed according to the project management plan. This is the phase where the project team produces the deliverables, manages communications, implements risk responses, and carries out the planned activities. For example, if you're building a software application, the coding and testing would primarily happen in this phase. It's the doing part of the project, where plans are put into action to create the final product or service. Question 6. What is the purpose of a work breakdown structure, WBS? A. To list all the project stakeholders and their influence. B. To define the critical path for project activities. C. To decompose project deliverables into smaller, more manageable components. D. To track the actual costs incurred versus the budget. Answer: C. To decompose project deliverables into smaller, more manageable components. A work breakdown structure, WBS, is a hierarchical decomposition of the total scope of work to be carried out by the project team to accomplish project objectives and create the required deliverables. It breaks down the project into smaller, more manageable work packages, making it easier to estimate costs, resources, and schedules. For instance, building a house might be broken down into foundation, framing, plumbing, and electrical, then further into smaller tasks. The WBS helps ensure that all necessary work is identified and nothing is missed. Question 7. Which of the following is an example of an enterprise environmental factor, EEF? A. Organizational culture and structure. B. Project management policies and procedures. C. Templates for various project documents. D. Historical project information. Answer: A. Organizational culture and structure. Enterprise environmental factors, EFs, are conditions, not under the direct control of the project team, that influence, constrain, or direct the project. These can include organizational culture, government regulations, market conditions, or infrastructure. Unlike organizational process assets, OPAs, which are internal to the organization and often reusable, EFs are external or internal conditions that affect the project's environment. For example, a new government regulation on environmental impact would be an EEF influencing a construction project. Question 8. The process of identifying and engaging with all individuals, groups, or organizations who may affect or be affected by a project is called A. Plan stakeholder engagement. B. Identify stakeholders. C. Manage stakeholder engagement. D. Monitor stakeholder engagement. Answer: B. Identify stakeholders. Identify stakeholders is the process of identifying all people or organizations impacted by the project and documenting relevant information regarding their interests, involvement, and influence. This is a critical initiating process because failing to identify key stakeholders early can lead to resistance or unmet expectations later on. For instance, when building a new park, identifying local residents, environmental groups, and city officials is crucial from the start. Always remember to cast a wide net when first identifying who has a stake in your project. Question 9. What is a key characteristic that differentiates a project from ongoing operations? A. Projects have indefinite timelines. B. Projects create repetitive outputs. C. Projects are temporary and unique. D. Projects are always small in scope. Answer: C. Projects are temporary and unique. The defining characteristics of a project are its temporary nature and its aim to create a unique product, service, or result. Unlike ongoing operations, which are continuous and produce repetitive outputs, like a factory assembly line, a project has a distinct start and end date and a specific, novel objective. For example, designing a new car model is a project, while manufacturing thousands of existing models is an operation. This temporariness and uniqueness are fundamental to understanding what constitutes a project. Question 10. Which document provides a high-level description of the project, its objectives, and key stakeholders, but does not include detailed planning? A. Project Management Plan. B. Scope Baseline. C. Project Charter. D. Requirements Documentation. Answer: C. Project Charter. The Project Charter is the foundational document that formally authorizes the project, provides the project manager with the authority to use organizational resources, and outlines the project's high-level objectives, scope, and key stakeholders. It's concise and focuses on getting formal approval to proceed, rather than detailing the how-to of the project. Think of it as a preliminary blueprint that gets executive buy-in before detailed construction planning begins. It serves as a critical link between the project and the organization's strategic goals. Question 11. Which knowledge area focuses on the processes required to purchase or acquire products, services, or results from outside the project team? A. Project Resource Management. B. Project Communications Management. C. Project Procurement Management. D. Project Risk Management. Answer: C. Project Procurement Management. Project procurement management encompasses the processes necessary to purchase or acquire products, services, or results needed from outside the project team. This includes managing contracts, selecting sellers, and overseeing agreements with external parties. For instance, if your project needs a specialized software component that your team can't build, procurement management would cover the process of buying it from a vendor. It's all about effectively managing external relationships and contracts to get what the project needs. Question 12. Which of the following is typically a component of the project management plan? A. Project Charter. B. Business Case. C. Scope Management Plan. D. Lessons Learned Register. Answer: C. Scope Management Plan. The Project Management Plan is a comprehensive document that integrates and consolidates all subsidiary management plans and baselines, defining how the project will be executed, monitored, controlled, and closed. The Scope Management Plan is one of these subsidiary plans, outlining how the project scope will be defined, validated, and controlled. Unlike the project charter which authorizes the project, or the business case which justifies it, the project management plan, with its subsidiary plans like the scope management plan, details the systematic approach to managing the project work. Question 13. What is the primary purpose of identifying risks in a project? A. To assign blame when issues occur. B. To ensure all project activities are completed on time. C. To understand potential threats and opportunities to the project objectives. D. To determine the exact cost of the project. Answer: C. To understand potential threats and opportunities to the project objectives. Risk identification is about proactively recognizing potential uncertainties that could affect project objectives, both negatively, threats, and positively, opportunities. It's not about finding fault, but rather about preparing for various scenarios to enhance the likelihood of project success. For example, identifying that a key supplier might face delays allows the team to plan for alternative sources or build in contingency time. This forward-looking approach helps the project team develop strategies to address these possibilities. Question 14. Which document defines the project, its objectives, and the product that it will create, and states how its scope will be verified and controlled? A. Scope Baseline. B. Project Charter. C. Requirements Documentation. D. Scope Statement. Answer: D. Scope Statement. The scope statement describes the project deliverables and the work required to create them in detail. It includes the project objectives, product scope description, project requirements, project boundaries, deliverables, and acceptance criteria. While the project charter provides high-level authorization, the scope statement delves into the specifics of what is included and excluded from the project. Think of it as the detailed blueprint that defines the exact features and functions of what you are building. Question 15. The collection of knowledge areas, processes, and tools used to manage a project is known as A. Project Management Office, PMO. B. Project Management Information System, PMIS. C. Project Management Framework. D. Project Management Methodology. Answer: D. Project Management Methodology. A project management methodology is a defined system of principles, practices, techniques, and procedures used by project managers to plan, execute, and control projects. It provides a structured approach to project management, guiding the project team through various phases and activities. For example, Agile, Waterfall, or Prince2 are all types of project management methodologies. It's essentially the how-to guide for managing projects within an organization, ensuring consistency and efficiency. Question 16. What is the purpose of creating a lessons learned register at the end of a project? A. To assign blame for project failures. B. To document what went well, what could be improved, and recommendations for future projects. C. To formally close out all contracts and agreements. D. To release project team members from their assignments. Answer. B. To document what went well, what could be improved, and recommendations for future projects. The Lessons Learned Register is a crucial output of the close project or phase process, serving as a repository of knowledge gained throughout the project lifecycle. It captures successes, challenges, and recommendations for improving future projects or phases. For example, documenting a successful communication strategy or a problematic procurement process helps other project teams avoid repeating mistakes and leverage effective approaches. It's all about continuous improvement and sharing organizational knowledge. Question 17. Which organizational structure gives the project manager the most authority? A. Functional. B. Weak matrix. C. Balanced matrix. D. Projectized. Answer. D. Projectized. In a projectized organizational structure, the project manager has full authority, and team members are often collocated and report directly to the project manager. The organization is typically structured around projects, and functional managers have little or no authority over project teams. For instance, in a construction company focused solely on building individual client homes, each home's project manager would have significant control. This structure maximizes the project manager's control and minimizes functional interference. Question 18. What is the process of gaining formal acceptance of the completed project deliverables by the customer or sponsor? A. Control quality. B. Validate scope. C. Perform integrated change control. D. Close project or phase. Answer. B. Validate scope. Validate scope is the process of formalizing acceptance of the completed project deliverables. This involves reviewing the deliverables with the customer or sponsor to ensure they meet the defined requirements and obtain formal sign-off. It's a crucial step that confirms the work done is what was expected, preventing rework and ensuring client satisfaction. For example, after building a website, the client's formal approval is obtained during this process. Question 19. What is the primary output of the Develop Project Management Plan process? A. Project Charter. B. Project Management Plan. C. Scope Statement. D. Stakeholder Register. Answer. B. Project Management Plan. The Develop Project Management Plan process is where all the subsidiary plans are integrated and consolidated into a single, comprehensive document that guides all project work. The Project Management Plan is the overall roadmap for the project, detailing how it will be executed, monitored, controlled, and closed. It's the central document that the project team will refer to throughout the project's life cycle. Think of it as the master blueprint that brings together all the detailed plans for the project. Question 20. Which project management process involves determining the project team members, roles, and responsibilities? A. Plan resource management. B. Acquire resources. C. Develop team. D. Manage team. Answer. A. Plan resource management. Plan resource management is the process of defining how to estimate, acquire, manage, and utilize team and physical resources. This process determines the roles, responsibilities, and reporting relationships for the project team. It's about setting up the framework for how you'll handle all your project resources, ensuring you have the right people and equipment in place when needed. For instance, deciding the skill sets required for team members and how they'll report is part of this planning. Question 21. When a project manager needs to assess the financial viability of a potential project, which document would be most helpful? A. Project charter. B. Requirements documentation. C. Business case. D. Risk register. Answer: C. Business case. The business case is a crucial project document that provides the necessary information to determine if a project is worth the required investment. It describes the necessary information from a business standpoint to determine whether the project is worth the investment. It typically includes the project's objectives, costs, benefits, and feasibility analysis, providing the justification for initiating the project. It's the core argument for why the project should even exist. Question 22. What is the primary purpose of baselines in project management? A. To document the project's daily progress. B. To serve as a reference point for measuring project performance. C. To list all project deliverables. D. To record project risks. Answer: B. To serve as a reference point for measuring project performance. Baselines, scope, schedule, and cost are approved versions of a work product that can be changed only through formal change control procedures and are used as a basis for comparison. They provide a stable point of reference against which actual project performance is measured, helping to identify variances and manage expectations. For example, comparing actual costs to the cost baseline helps determine if the project is over or under budget. They are your benchmarks for project success. Question 23. A project manager is reviewing a contract that details a fixed price for the work, but includes a clause for additional payments if the seller meets specific performance targets. What type of contract is this? A. Cost plus fixed fee, CPFF. B. Time and material, TNM. C. Fixed price incentive fee, FPIF. D. Fixed price with economic price adjustment, FPPA. Answer: C. Fixed price incentive fee, FPAF. A fixed price incentive fee, FPIF, contract is a type of fixed price contract where the buyer pays the seller a set amount, but also includes an incentive for meeting agreed upon performance objectives, such as completing the work early or under budget. This incentivizes the seller to perform efficiently while still providing cost predictability for the buyer. It balances the stability of a fixed price with the motivation for excellent performance. Question 24. Which project management knowledge area primarily focuses on ensuring that the project satisfies the needs for which it was undertaken? A. Project scope management. B. Project quality management. C. Project communications management. D. Project stakeholder management. Answer: B. Project quality management. Project quality management includes the processes for incorporating the organization's quality policy regarding planning, managing, and controlling project and product quality requirements to meet stakeholder expectations. Its primary focus is ensuring that the project's deliverables and processes meet the specified standards and are fit for use. For instance, ensuring software has no bugs or that a constructed building meets safety codes falls under quality management. It's about delivering what's right and what works. Question 25. What is the process of getting information to the right people, at the right time, in the right format? A. Plan communications management. B. Manage communications. C. Monitor communications. D. Identify stakeholders. Answer: B. Manage communications. Manage communications is the process of creating, collecting, distributing, storing, retrieving, and ultimate disposition of project information in accordance with the communications management plan. This is where the actual information exchange happens, ensuring stakeholders receive timely and appropriate information throughout the project's lifecycle. For example, sending out regular project progress reports or holding team meetings are part of managing communications. Effective communication is essential for keeping everyone informed and aligned.